Kitanomaru-koen, Tokyo National Garden. So I'm going to sit down now and I'm going to have my favourite energy drink, which I always enjoy when I'm here. It's like a jelly sort of thing and you squeeze it out of there. I'm also having my favourite coffee. Got to have the coffee in the bottle when you're in Japan. It's just the way you do it. And I've got 2 of my favourite flavoured onigiri. So it's been an unexpected 24 hours, I suppose. And I suppose also it was appropriate that I was at a shrine for a bit of Zen time, bit of quiet time, because yesterday, it's fair to say, was a fairly trying 24 hours. Today is the 10th anniversary of Dad's death, and that's something that I'm okay with. I still miss him, of course, but over time you come to terms with the death of anyone, I guess. 1 year was pretty difficult. 10 years, not so much. It's easier to think back and remember all the good things and the happy times and not dwell too much on the bad stuff. Now I've just got to work out how to undo. I got so good at this last time. Here we go. 1. Yeah, that's it. 2. It's a very, very intricate process. They put these things together so that there's plastic, in theory, separating the nori from the rice so that the nori stays nice and crispy without getting damp from the rice. And if you do it right, it works perfectly. The rice separated from the nori. The nori is all crispy and crunchy, and the rice and the contents are still all lovely. So that just worked almost as well as I managed to do it last year. Crunchy and delicious. So yeah, yesterday morning started with a message from my pet minder to say that Felix still hadn't eaten any food, and this was the 3rd day running that he hadn't eaten any food, and he was just getting more and more weakened. And I immediately thought back to October and what happened almost in October. And I guess almost at that point I kind of knew what was going to happen. I spoke to the vet. Jay asked if I could get Lisa to take Felix up. Lisa took Felix up, in about half an hour I had them both on the phone, and Jay, who has always been a supporter of keeping Felix going while it was clear that Felix wanted to keep going. Jay's never pushed me to do anything with Felix and has always been surprised at how many more than 12 lives Felix has exercised. He said to me yesterday morning, he said, "Matt, I've never seen Felix looking so flat. He's had enough." And so that was when I had to just say, look, Jay, I've put my faith and my trust in you to do what you need to do for the best for Felix. And I knew that that was the only thing to do. If it had gotten to the point where even Jay was saying that there was nothing else for it, Felix didn't want to keep going, I had to go with that. And it killed me. Okay, I've got some tissues in here. Yeah, that'll do. Body sponge, that might do. Body sponge, tissue, that's what I want. Always carry tissues. The killer for me, I guess, was after everything that we had been through, after everything that he's put up with, everything that he survived, that I should be gone for 2 days. And that's the end. The fact that I wasn't actually there killed me yesterday. Lisa stayed with him. Lisa is wonderful. Talk about going above and beyond the remit of your job. Lisa stayed with him throughout. Took a photo right at the end of just her holding his paws. And she spoke to him all the way through, and she sent me a message to say that it was quick and painless, and that Jay was wonderful and warm. And it was done. Within half an hour of the phone call, it was done. My Felix was gone. And it was just such an awful realization that after everything that he'd gone through, after everything that we'd done to try to keep him healthy and happy and alive, basically, that I wasn't there. And everyone kept saying yesterday, he waited until you left, he waited until you went away to do it, because he didn't want you to see it. I don't know, is that the way they work? Is that really the way that animals function? I know that cats have a habit of, when they're able to, I suppose if they've got somewhere to go and some ability to get there, they are known for going away to die. When they're ready to die, they go away so that they're, I guess the modern thinking is so that their owners don't have to see them, but whether that's it or they just feel more comfortable going away to die somewhere else. Who can say, really? But anyway, that was the upshot of yesterday. That's what happened. And of course, he was on my mind all day. I was meant to be here in Tokyo this time to celebrate the first anniversary 1 year ago since I met the love of my life. And I was in such a terrible place all day that I just gave up on the whole thing and just laid on the bed and tried to zone out of everything. It had just been so hard all day. I was so tired. I was tired of crying, tired of thinking, tired of being sad. So I just zoned out. I just sat on the bed and zoned out. Now, just briefly to change the subject, let's see if I can do this. So this is how it goes. So you grab it at number 1 here. Grab number 1, pull it down and all the way around, including up through the label, so it's off, right? Number 1 is off. This is side number 2. So side number 2 in theory should just now come straight off and out. There we go. And so you can see that it was kept separate from the seaweed and the rice. And then number 3 likewise should just come straight up and out. It's a bit more stuck on the rice, this one, but that's alright, we'll shake it free. And we'll just pretend that that came off perfectly easily. Even if it doesn't and it's a bit stuck, you can always just remold the nori so that it sits around and then it more or less ends up looking the right shape. But that's how it works. And then you take your first bite into it and enjoy the contents. I guess today I'm just trying to have a bit of zen time, a bit of calm. I need significantly to just bring it down a notch. I couldn't think of a better way to start doing that than by doing what became one of my favorite things in Japan last year, which was to go to a kombini, get a coffee in a bottle and 2 onigiri and an energy drink and go somewhere nice and sit and enjoy it and enjoy the surroundings, the beautiful surroundings. Okay, there's the coffee, done. A shot of bottled caffeine. Pretty sure there's a truckload of sugar in there as well, but I could be wrong. I don't think I am wrong. Alright, that's the energy drink done and dusted, which means, in theory, that I should have lots of energy now. We'll see how that pans out. I'm such a child. Barking little brats. I wanted to play with that train and then they got in and stole it from me. Turds. Yes, you read it right. This is the next stop on the Great Tokyo Museum Extravaganza, March 2019, the Tobacco and Salt Museum. As you do not behave in a way that bothers others. Do not behave in a way that is offensive to public morals. Oh, I love it. This is really cool. Check out how this works. Place the salt sample in the details box to display detailed information about it. And they're all numbered 1 through to 21. So somehow, it's got a code on the back. And presumably, yeah, they're all different. How clever. So it tells you what it is. That's really cool. That was the Tobacco and Salt Museum. Who would have thunk it? I wonder where I'm going to go after this. Well, that's the Postal Museum done and dusted. I wonder where I'll go to next. There's a kite museum and a currency museum. I don't even know. It's only 4:10. I've got the whole afternoon now. So many opportunities and I just don't even know where to start. Well, that was very poor timing on my part. This stop on the grand tour of bizarre museums in Tokyo was supposed to be the World Bags and Luggage Museum, because who doesn't want to look at a museum that's dedicated entirely to bags and luggage? Who even knew there was such a thing? In typical Japanese fashion, I turned up at 16:34 and last entry was at 4:30, and of course that means there's no entry. There's no bending of the rules, no ignoring the 4-minute factor. I have to come back tomorrow. It's nice to know that the Japanese are so adherent to time in some cases, but in this case I was really hoping for a little bit of flexibility. Oh well, I'll go somewhere else. I was so disappointed by the inability to get into the Museum of Bags and Luggage that I decided to drown my sorrows in the sugary treats that I've been craving all day. So I stopped into Famarimato and I bought myself a Family Mart collection Hokkaido Milk Vanilla Frozen Dessert in Waffle Cone. Of course, me being me, I didn't stop there because I had no self-control. Skål, I don't even know really how to say that. Skål, Golden Pine. And that is a strawberry yogurt drink. Strawberry yogurt drink. And this, Famima Sweets, Happy Taste. Looks like I'm probably going to have a fairly happy taste out of that. If it's meant to be that, like basically a caramel, whatever they call those things that you tip upside down, and they've made it into a sandwich. Oh my god, like really? In fact, let's try that one first. Will that balance there? Yes. Perfect. Okay, let's do it. Fuck, of course that didn't work. It's not going to sit there. Maybe. Let's give it a go. Try this one first, because it looks delicious. Whatever it is, I'm going in. I think it opens here. Oh yeah, here. More very useful packaging instructions. So yeah, it's cream and more cream and more cream with that thing in the middle. And it's made to look like a sandwich, but it's actually pretty much cake. And it's also fucking delicious. No. Yeah. It's so bad and yet so good. Wow. Just one sugary treat I didn't need. Now we'll do the yogurt smoothie. It's really yogurty and there's nice chunks in it. I'm going to pull the straw all the way up so that it locks into place. Otherwise you miss the bottom. Okay. Yep. Beach. Come on. Oh well. Maybe it'll straighten itself back up again. No. Alright. I'll just hold on to it with my hand. Okay, trying again. Here's the Hokkaido vanilla. Looks delicious. Is delicious. It really is. In that very Japanese sweet but not overly sweet thing. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet. It's really delicious. Creamy, milky. The waffle cone's really nice. As prepackaged ice creams go, this is really very nice. I probably should have sat with the sky tree in the background, hey? The ice cream is really nice and creamy without being over the top creamy, like some ice creams can be. Good stuff. That's the 5 o'clock song. Skull Golden Pine. It comes from... Here we go. Interesting. It is pineapple. It's almost like dairy. Reminds me of something, but I don't know what. It's kind of thick. It's not, although I suppose that's what pineapple juice looks like. I'm really not sure. It's carbonated, but not overly so. Nice enough, I guess. If you like that sort of thing. Wouldn't rush back, but nice enough. Along with all the other sugar, it's just giving me diabetes, so whatever. Fun.